Right, fifth game underway of 6 here. BTAS High Performance taking on Grenadiers as we get this one underway through Noah Clark for the triple. Just go back to one of the previous photos, Glenn, just because we should know. I know everyone from Grenadiers. I'll help you out there. So Young, now here's Sam Yule. So Yule puts it to the floor. Yule looking at his options. Now trying to go to his brother in Josh Yule. And then a travel violation's been called. And the BTAS High Performance team to get it back. And then Furphy just lost that one. So that's a welcome addition to this lineup, Glenn, that Jacob Furphy is now in the lineup.
It is, yeah. So although he didn't get that one, I just think that was just a bit of a miscommunication there.
Yes.
But the intensity, you can feel the intensity is high already in this game.
It's just jumped. I mean, we've just finished a conversation with a couple of people we know, Glenn, and now all of a sudden this game's just straight into it. Young pulls up for three.
Loves the three-point shot.
He does. Can't get that one to go. Clark with the rebound. Off and running to McGuinness. Now ball getting through sets of hands here. And then Clark works his way through. Kick out pass to Furphy. Shot clock at 10 here for the high performance side. As the ball goes back to Furphy here. Furphy working baseline. And now McGuinness from deep. Oh. Yes. Finn McGuinness from downtown.
Started off where he finished off in the last game, so he was quite impressive. His only downfall was that he got 4 fouls in that last game. But
Harry Griffiths tries to go. Young couldn't get the tip. Meanwhile, Furphy with the rebound as we quickly are up the floor once again here. Clark nearly lost the handle. Furphy, McGuinness. Here's Clark. So James with it, who had a solid performance.
Yeah, I thought he played really well in the last game. So like he's only going to get better and better as a tall.
Clark lost his footing and slipped. Yule has to chase this one down. Saves it. Furphy able to pick that one off. Now Furphy taking on young Harry Griffiths here. So now ball getting moved around. So Clark. Now McGuinness for back-to-back triple. No, not there. So Griffiths coming down the floor. Here's Yule. Yule has to slow this one down. And then off to Griffiths, who just runs out of real estate there.
Yeah, he's spilled with himself there. He had a golden opportunity, but just could not quite bring the ball back in.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you, sir.
Much appreciated. Again, catering doing us well here, Glenn. That's fantastic to see. We're very appreciative of those people, of those kind people. Which is fantastic. Well, a bite to eat in the timeout. Meanwhile, Noah Clark knocks it down from deep.
So it's a very 9-9 zip start to Tasmania. So I think that's a difference. With Nick Martin really would have told the boys this time, we're going to go out hard because pretty much the start of the last game, there's a foul there.
And that will go for Matty Young too as he banks that one off the glass. He'll go to the line for one.
Furphy got that foul, so there's a lot of contact there. I was going to say the intensity that Tasmania in the high performance team in the last game, they let the other team get that 10-point lead at the start, Bernie, and then they had to catch up the whole game. So now I think Nick Martin said, okay, from the start we want to be the aggressors. And, when we played good in that last game, let's do it in this game, the whole game. So
ball getting through sets of hands here. So
a lot more movement now too. Although there's a turnover there, but there's a lot more movement from the Tasmanian.
As Griffiths gets another and-one play, and all of a sudden this game could just swing back to a 3-point ball game after a very quick start from the HP team.
They've just got to keep their hands out. I'm not sure. That young Tassie boy didn't think there was much contact, but there was hands in there everywhere, and the referees look after the shooter when they're up in the air, and it was a pretty clear foul. But the Grenadiers bring the gap back to 9-5.
Yes, back to 4 after a quick and 9-zip start from the high performance team. It's Clark, now James. In turn here to McGuinness.
Trying to get the ball into James. He's got a mismatch there with
Clark. Puts it to the floor, lost the handle. And then Griffiths here. into Young, and can't get the two to go. He'll go for seconds and makes no mistake about it, and Nick Martin's seen enough. So a quick little 7-zip run here by Grenadiers brings them back within 2 in 9 plays 7.
And, you know, it's a pity too. It's a good timeout from Nick Martin to get a 9-0 start and then, like, you know, let Grenadiers off by, you know, they come down and got some pretty easy baskets. So we just want that intensity. And he's really talking to them now, so he's trying to get through to the boys, say, hey, we work this hard, and, you know, we don't just want to give it back so easily. That's not what we're about. So, you know, his timeouts have definitely been used well today, I must say, and each time he's had a timeout, the team's come out better and fought harder. So Grenadiers, yeah, probably haven't played. I don't know when the grand final was, probably 4 weeks ago down here, maybe. So they probably haven't played.
Yeah, it's been a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
it's been a few weeks.
Played for a while. So
though, Glenn, I should mention half the team are playing in the under 22s. Yeah. So it's only really Youngie, Yule, Latham, Griffiths is playing in the 22s, Bestwick's playing in the 22s, and the rest of James Newhart's not playing 22s. So, but the rest of that bench is
actively playing. So it's the ones on the court that haven't really played.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it?
So and they're experienced, and you know, they're a good bunch. Remember, they won the statewide league with, you know, with Matty Young and Latham and the Yule brothers. I don't know when it first started, I think.
Yes, I think they're the inaugural winners of the tournament.
Sam Yule had 40 in that grand final, and something that, you know, he had 41 or something like that against the Tasmanian team.
Yes, it was against that. Yes, it did. It was one of the most classic grand finals you'll see in some time, that is for sure.
Cole Clark hit a three-pointer to take it into overtime, and then the Grenadiers ran over him. So, but Samuel was on fire that day, so let's hope that he can rekindle some of that form, and as he's got the ball here and he's just thrown it out of court. But good on you, Sam. Thanks for pumping you up, and then you just throw it out of court of me, mate.
Good defensive pressure by Finn McInnes.
But it was good defensive pressure.
So ball with Clark. Now ball with Thurfy here at the corner as we come out of that corner trap. Now ball inside to Clark, but Latham able to pick that one off. So Latham now to Young. Young for 3. Can't get that to go.
Well done there from, is that Eli? Oh no, that's Finn McInnes there. Yep. Nice boxing out down below. So
Young now Griffiths for 3 at the corner. That hit the side yarn, and then gets the 2 back on that one.
Yeah, nice finish there. You know, he's a player that's got a big future ahead of him, Harry Griffiths. Obviously in the Hobart Chargers squad now, but yeah, just improving every game that we.
Peel for 3 from downtown. So this game going kind of quick, Glenn.
It has. It's pretty hard considering, as we talked about, the intensity in this game is a lot better than pretty much the whole of the last game. There's Yule.
Yule kind of Euro steps his way through for a 2.
Nice play there. So good experience. Had not far to go, but made something out of nothing then, and nice bucket.
So ball to Peel for back-to-back triples.
That's good teamwork. Nice play from Thurfy there. And, yeah, good to get the open man who's got the hot hand, the ball. So it's 15-11.
Yes.
The Tassie high performance team's favour.
So the ball with Young. Goes himself off glass, gets the 2 to go. He'll go to the line for 1. Matty Young making some things happen on the offensive end.
It's good when I always say he's always good when he goes inside. He's hard to stop. He doesn't believe it, but you know, he prefers shooting outside. We know he can hit him outside.
Oh, yeah.
That's normally a bit of a laugh and a stir for Matty Young. But when he does take it inside, although he's not the strongest person in the world, he seems to be able to, mix it with the big boys, and he finishes really well.
He does, but unfortunately couldn't get the free throw on that occasion. So Kai Savage is backing up for his 3rd game in a row here, Glenn. We're keeping a count on this one. He certainly would. He'll be knackered now. That is for sure. Ball goes out of play, so Grenadiers to get it back.
Yeah, he didn't play, heaps and heaps of minutes in that last game.
No, he didn't.
He did a few good things when he was on the court, but
good to see.
His intensity's back. He's got the intensity back in this one again.
He certainly has, yes. Meanwhile, Alex Bestwick for 3. Can't get that to go. And then rebound there by Gibson. Now Savage with it as we come up the floor here. Just on 3 minutes to play here, term number 1.
It's been a good start so far. It's a nice drive.
Kai Savage goes up and beyond, and a blocking foul will be called.
Ouch. I hope he's okay.
It's going to be on James Newitt. So Kai's all right, just a hard hit.
Didn't see what he did wrong, I think, because I was looking at the guy in the air, so I didn't see Hewitt, and he's not a dirty player at all.
No, Newey, Newey, a friend of the program as well too. He landed, he was up straight, maybe slight movement, and you got to protect the shooter in the air as well too. So, and it was in the circle, so I'd say, probably the right call to be made there.
Safer call. There was no questioning it at all, so I'm not worried about that. But I just didn't see what he did. I didn't know. Because I wasn't looking at him, I was more looking at the acrobatic work of Savage. And I'm just glad that he's okay, because that sort of fall makes me feel a bit jittery after having a bit of an injury. It was not nice to see.
No, certainly not. Griffiths up with the reverse for the 2.
Yeah, nice finish there. Could have gone with his right, but went to his stronger left-handers. There's a bit of contact there. And
Savage tries to go up, can't get that to go. Now Griffiths down the upper end of the floor here. Now Young for 3. Yes.
Boom.
If he gets going early here, Youngie.
If he gets going, mate, he can get going. He can get 10 in a row. He can get 15 in a row.
I still remember that game against St Mary's 3 years ago now, where he just found that little hot streak and brought the Chargers back within that game. As Kai Savage goes up, can't get that to go. Now the ball quickly up the floor here. Ball with Griffiths as he puts it to the floor. Kick out to Newitt for the 3. Can't get that to go.
Off Latham, so the Tassie High Performance team have got it again with 1 minute and 51 seconds to go. It's Grenadiers have hit the lead now, so I believe. Yes,
this game has quickly swung the other way, Glenn, and all of a sudden a 1-point lead to Grenadiers, and another turnover by the High Performance side as now Newitt into Latham. Kick out to Bestwick. Young for 3. Not there. Young gets his own rebound. Good pass into Newitt. Oh, nice little 2-man game, but too long in the key.
Oh, gee, that's a bit harsh.
Fletcher Rose coming in for Jordan Latham.
Very quick call. But that's the way it goes.
Yes, it is. We'll move along. So McGuinness now to Savage as the High Performance team get this ball through sets of hands and looking for a good set here. Foul on the play on Young. Young just using his body a bit too much on the play.
When he fouls, they're not hard ones. He just thinks, why did I do that?
Yes.
He always does. I know when in the grand final of the Southern League down here, he just got foul after foul. It's like,
And then the ball, Bestwick putting his body on the line.
Good hustle there by Mitchell. By James.
Yes, and then Gibson for the 2. Can't get that to go. And now Young into Griffiths. Griffiths attacks the rim over James.
Good work by James there. Just good. Just put enough defence on him to make it hard. So
Peel off and running. Has numbers in support. Good hands by Griffiths. And Grenadiers to get this back. All right, under 40 seconds remaining here. So Bestwick puts it to the floor. Up over Peel. And he gets the 2 to go. So Savage with it as we come down. Game clock and shot clock within about a second of each other as McInnes puts it to the floor. Drew to foul. It's going to be on James Newitt. He'll pick up his second personal. And substitutions here. The Clark twins are going to come in. Obviously one of them's going to be sub on the shooter.
It's a nice drive there by McInnes. So offensively, when he takes it, when he's aggressive, he's very handy. So, and as he develops as a player, he'll and he starts feeling more confident in his own ability. He'll end up being quite a prolific scorer, I believe. But it's not just his scoring. Like he does a lot of other good things around the court, and looks a bit like a leader as well. He's only young, but he's a team player first, but he can shoot. So hopefully, as he goes along, he'll be able to be one of the more dominant offensive players in his team. And I'm not sure what he's like up on the northwest coast in the juniors and stuff. Whether he's throwing his 25s, he certainly appears like he's got the ability to do that. And as he grows a bit more as well and fills out, he could be a really handy player at senior level.
Young at the line, he knocks down the first. Of course, the HP team over the limit.
Interested to see what the high performance team have him, what they do here. The ball's not gone out, but it's their ball with 4.5 seconds to go. Is there a structured play they've got? Let's
see, was it just kind of... Peel just decides to go for it and nearly got it.
Peel doesn't mind the shot, does he?
No, he loves the shot, Jordan Peel. I can tell you that for a fact. Quarter time here, 21 plays 19. Grenadiers up by 2.
But he's hit some really good shots today. He's been very impressive. But
yes.
You can see that he's a shot first, pass second sort of guy. But he makes, he hits shots when they count. He's hit a couple of nice shots in this game actually, and sort of helped the Tassie team stay in touch. But I'd like to see the two young Grenadiers boys that haven't been on. I think there's one here with his back to us now. I'm not sure who he is, but I'd like to see them get on the court. They're playing against kids their own age, or young men their own age, I should say. Young Dolliver can play. He's quite a handy little player. So this is where they need to get minutes and put them with 2 or 3 of the experienced guys. But we'll put Harry Griffiths and young Dolliver together on the court. They play really well together. This is a time to run them against young people their own age. It really shows what they're made of. And
absolutely. So the kid you're asking about is actually Charlie McMahon, who's next to Coach Jeremy Hill.
Yep.
And he's been playing in the under-22s comp as well.
Oh, okay.
So, yes, and also a member of the under-18 side as well too in the juniors. So the majority of the kids did play under-18s this year. Now they're playing under-22s. And then, of course, you've got your senior group out there as well.
Well, hopefully he gets some minutes because he's not going to... In this instance, when you're playing against a team that's similar age than yourself, it doesn't hurt to get that experience now against the best of Tasmania. It's only going to make him better, make the Grenadiers better if he's going to be part of their squad. And Dolliver can play. He can match it with these guys as well. So hopefully he gets some minutes. And I saw Dolliver's on now actually, but I saw Dolliver play some really good minutes earlier this year. I know he didn't see any minutes in the grand final of the local comp, but and I'm sure he didn't mind about that one. But he did play some substantial minutes and was very productive in a few of the games that I saw in local. So
second quarter underway here. Grenadiers hold a 2-point lead going into the second quarter. Young into Dolliver, and nice play.
Yeah, I rest my case.
Thank you.
Good on you, Mr. Dolliver.
There we go.
And nice pass there from Matty Young inside. So that was a good offensive play that Grenadiers have ran well before.
So Clark puts it to the floor just to kick this one out. Peel open for 3, just off. And now Young with it as we come back down the floor. Good screen by Bestwick there as Young goes all the way and draws the foul. It's going to be on 53. So it's going to be, it's a Noah Xavier there, Glenn. Noah.
53.
Yep. So Young misses the first.
There's obviously injuries for the high performance team. Young Brewer's injured by the looks of it.
Yes.
So that's 9, and then they usually have more than 9 in their
Yeah,
team.
usually they do put in a few. That's for
Normally
sure.
have 10 or 12, wouldn't
Yeah. I'm interested to see if they do bring in anyone else into round 2, which is at the end of the month up in Devonport. Now Clark, and then good hands by Bestwick there.
Bestwick's got a pass, so to get it off.
Bestwick to Dolliver and drew the foul.
That's Xavier. There you got that one, Clark. So Dolliver again, like he's been on for a minute and a half. He's been involved in both plays down the court.
Yeah, yes.
And has scored on both occasions. So and he's got handles as well. I think him as a one man and Harry Griffiths as a two be the future of Grenadiers. And then you've got Matty Young, who 6'8", shooting forward.
So Peel slowing this one down, kicks out to Gibson. In terms of James at the elbow here. Now Clark, open for 3. Can't get that to go.
They've just got to make sure they don't rely on that. They're having a lot of three-point shots, Tasmania, so it'd be good to see him get it into James.
As Oliver goes all the way and gets another 2 to go.
There's 6 points from Dolliver, so
So the ball with Clark. Now Gibson. Back to Clark we go. And then travel. Got himself into trouble there, so substitution to be made. Jacob Furphy coming in, and Mitchell James having rest. Jordan Latham, Samuel coming in, Alex Bestwick and Matty Young are going to have a breather. And a quick foul there on Clark, which will see Finn McInnes come into the lineup.
Samuel just milking another one, as he does so well. Did that perfectly then, and there was contact there. No head fake?
No.
I have to watch this, Sam. I love the old head fake. It hurts my neck watching it. But you're not the only one in Hobart that does it, mate. So.
There we go. There you go. Meanwhile, Griffiths for 3. Can't get that to go. Good O-board by Dolliver and gets another 2. That's 8 in the game.
8 points, offensive rebound, smallest player on the court, and really, it's. I just like his tenacity.
Yeah.
He really does have a crack. The way he's defending now, he's defending one of the bigs and really puts his body on the line. So good on him for.
A hard worker too, and was training with the Chargers very early on in pre-season as well too, Glenn, before getting cut from that initial training squad.
I'm sure he'll get the opportunity as he develops, and if he gets minutes, he's got to get minutes in Div 1 to be able to maintain the Chargers level. So hopefully, as he grows and gets older,
nice
and
play,
builds up, he'll get that opportunity.
And timeout being called, margin out to 11 now, 30 plays to 19. We should mention that Chargers head coach Anthony Stewart has been in the building throughout the day as well too, Glenn. He's been watching a few games. We just haven't seen him up here as much on show court, but he has been in and out.
He was probably over there looking at that German national.
We hope that was the case because I think that needs some attention.
I didn't see him play, but
we'll have to show you. We'll have to show you the tape, I think, Glenn, on that one.
Dunks, so I'll have a look at it.
Yes, that is for sure. 7:07 remaining.
Yeah, an 11-point lead. So again, Tassie have just got to go back and work on the little things that they're good at, and they've just got to not have any lapses. They seem to go really well, and then they just have lapses.
Charlie Cade has given us a wave. Not that that got on camera, but anyway, you're right. Go on, Glenn.
So, and I don't know if they get tired. The boys are playing, the youngsters are playing for their club teams as well. So, as you said, Kai Savage is playing his third game in a row. And I don't know if his team's got another game after this or not.
I think he's done for the day. So both teams just about to come out the huddle now.
But I'd still like to see him go inside to the bigs and see give them a chance, because you look at Grenadiers 5 that are on the court at the moment, they're not very tall. So running, they've got Furphy here now. Like, get inside the Furphy, let him go and, show us what he's got, and get James back in and whoever else. Although,
and Savage goes up for that floater, can't get that to go. The ball goes out of play. And now the referees will come for a conference.
I'd say it's Grenadiers' ball.
Charlie McMahon is in for the first time this afternoon, Glenn. Good to see. So, again, a good young upcoming play. Just a quiet worker, and here on cue, nearly gets it up and gets the 2 to go. Meanwhile, Fletcher Rose gets the put back as Glenn's having a bit of chocolate, which doesn't hurt. That's for sure. We all need a bit of edge. Furphy down low, one-on-one with Latham, kicks it out. So now Savage puts it to the floor from the elbow. Can't get that to go either. Latham pulls down that board. Now McMahon with it. Yeah, so McMahon. Now Latham lost the handle and BTAS to get it back. So 6:12 remaining here, 32-19 is our scoreline. 13-point lead for Grenadiers here as the high performance team tries to work their way back into this as McInnes. Now Clark looking for Furphy, has to go a different route. McInnes for 3, just off. And good work there by Rose. Now Yule as we come back up the floor here. And then McMahon into Yule, so Yule works his way through. And in good hands by McInnes once again. So Josh Yule and Matty Young coming in, Chuck De Oliver and Fletcher Rose are going to have a breather.
So I don't understand that sub, but I just think, a young bloke's got 8 points in 3 minutes or whatever it is, so
Savage works his way through. I'm going to come back to your point there, Glenn, because it's an interesting one. As Clark knocks down the triple, it's interesting because sometimes if he gets another one, do you keep him on? If he misses it, do you bring it off? You just wave that momentum with him before it kind of just runs out of heat.
Yeah, but he's 17 years of age, 18 years of age, and he's playing senior basketball, so why take him off if he's playing well? Like, why? Do you take Matty Young off if he's playing well? No. Do you take Michael Jordan off if he's playing well? No.
No.
So
it's a valid point, Glenn.
You get a young fella get 8 points in a row, and then you take him off. It's just, I know it's a pre-season comp.
Would you have kept him on a little longer then?
Yeah.
Yep. Like if it was just an extra 2 minutes. So say he had a good 7 minute run and then go, okay, now we've got to bring him off.
Why would you bring him off? Other than rotation.
Well, that's the only other thing I can think of really, Glenn, would be the rotation here for Coach Jeremy Hill as Sam Hill puts up the shot.
It's you put the players on that are playing the best, unless he's singing out for a sub, which he's not because he's not puffed.
No.
It's just...
Good drive by Kai Savage.
He didn't get on the first quarter. Gets 8 points in 5 minutes and then gets taken off, and they can, there's two things it can do. One, it can think, oh, you've done a great job. Well, it's could have been a charge.
Offensive foul.
Good call. I'm not sure if Youngie probably got hit by someone else, but the guy that drew the charge, that was fair. But I think Youngie's saying he got hit in the arm.
Yeah.
But anyway, I know they've got a rotation system going, but I don't know,
Yeah, each coach they're different, aren't they?
Well,
each coach is different on how they approach the rotations and subs.
If you've got a 17-year-old kid who comes on and hits 8 points in a row, I'm not going to take him off. I'll just let him run until he's knackered, or he he might miss a few, but he hasn't.
And there'll be a foul on James Newitt, who will pick up his third.
Well, he won't be on for long because he'll be fouled off.
The great fisherman, as myself and JB call him, the great fisherman.
He's a nice fella.
He's a good fella. Of course, a West Coast boy like myself and JB, as McGuinness goes for 3. Can't get that to go. Well, Clark saved it, but then you were able to retrieve it. Now Young with it as we're back down to high school end of the floor here. McMahon. Now Yule. All Young thought about it. Now step back 2 is in and out. Good work by Furphy on the boards there. Furphy.
And the other point I'll make it in a minute, is the people that there's 2 players that come on at the same time as when young Dolliver come off, haven't done anything yet. So they haven't scored or done anything offensively as yet, and that's another 2 minutes away. So that's like, what are you gaining? What are you losing out of, keeping a young 17, 18-year-old kid on the court for 10 minutes out of the 20 when they're playing against kids your own age?
Peel for 3, yes. So margin back to 5 here all of a sudden, 32-27. It's been a little bit of a stalemate scoring-wise, Glenn, as both teams haven't been able to really...
it's been a good game, though.
It has been good, though, yes.
Good teamwork in this one. Youngie's very smart.
Yep, like that.
And they've got to help. They've just got to help out. They've got to identify who Matty Young is a half a foot taller than most of these guys. So if he's posting up, they've got to help, and you've got to gamble a bit and think, well, we're going to have to leave someone on the outside out so we can double team this guy.
And then Furphy used his body well and probably got away with an arm there as well too. And timeout has been called by Grenadiers. Margin all of a sudden back within 5, 34-29.
And Matty Young then obviously, that was unintentional. So he wore one on the nose, but the Furphy, from the way that I've seen him play, hasn't got a bad bone in his body.
No.
So
he's a nice kid off the court, I should mention too, Glenn. He's really good to talk to.
Yeah. And same as Young, he didn't carry on, but it's not pleasant when you get hit in the nose, whether it's accidental or not. But yeah. And the other thing too is, I'm not sure what the score was when Dolliver, I'll go back to Dolliver, I'm not sure what the score was when he went off, but it wasn't 5 points. It would have been 10 or 12 or something. They had a commanding lead, and it had to do with when he was on the team went on a roll. So, but I don't know, maybe they stick with the older players until they can't play anymore. I'm not sure, but and I guess if it's against an experienced team, say if it's a Penguin or something, you might need height or something like that. I understand it, but I just wonder sometimes why.
Well, it's always interesting to see how the coaches approach it, how the coaches do their rotations. We can be as critical as we can, but we're not the ones in that hot seat.
No. But we've been in that hot seat.
We've both been in it before.
As a player.
Yes.
As a coach, but as a player, I've been in that situation, whereas I know if I'm playing well, I'm not going to come off. The coach isn't going to bring you off after you've just hit 4 baskets in a row. Yeah, it's an even game, and then you've just got 8 points, you're up by 8. It's just, but, they've got 10 players as well, so maybe it just is a rotation thing, but I'd be running the young. This is a good opportunity to run the young guys, especially against a young team, to run 2 or 3 veterans and 2 young blokes at all times. Whether it's Dolliver or Griffiths or Charlie, whoever it is, it just, the other young fellas off now,
There's Young. Bros, well, it's a mini slam dunk there from Youngie as he gets the 2.
I'm not sure what Alex Bestwick's doing there, but I don't know what that means.
No, well, it could be raise the roof kind of thing there, Glenn. And there'll be a travel call on Furphy. Of course, Furphy wasn't immune from the travel calls in the weekend. There's a few travel calls at Nationals a couple of weeks ago as Clark comes in for Gibson.
It's really interesting.
Oh, it's Kai Savage, sorry. Kai Savage.
It's really interesting at Nationals how they can focus on one or two calls. Like I've noticed that when I went to when I played at Nationals, or went to Nationals as an official or coach, whatever. But they'd certainly highlight whether it's illegal screens or hand checks or whatever it is. There's a different sort of thing they focus on, and but the players have got to adjust and not travel.
That's right.
Like you shouldn't.
Nice move by Furphy.
Nice move.
Can he get it to seconds? And then there's the travel there. So,
I don't know about that one. That was a bit rough. But she's closer than what I am.
Yes,
I'm not sure what he did then exactly.
If anything, maybe shuffled the feet, or he came back down with it. I don't know. So Griffiths puts this one.
This is where they've got to help in D. That's it.
Yeah.
Just make it a bit tougher for someone like Harry, who could probably beat a lot of these kids one-on-one because of his experience and just the way that he can play.
So Clark now, and then ball got deflected.
They just want a good, smart play here from the Tassie.
8.7 remaining too. This second quarter's gone very quickly here. So Clark.
Getting good screens. Screen them all, get inside.
McGuinness has to get a shot up now and can't get that one to go. So half-time comes. It's a 9-point lead to Grenadiers, 38-29. We'll see. 4-3. 3 minutes. No, we're going to go again, I think, here. If they go 5, we're taking a break. We are taking a break. All right. We'll come back with the second half right after this. Right, see.
Well, here we go.
Yep, second half underway here. I'll just get the photo back up there, Glenn. There we go.
It's been a pretty entertaining game so far. So you got young guys versus older guys at this stage. So
it
is.
Versus
experience. And Grenadiers are at this stage, up by 9 points, but they've had to work for all their baskets as well.
They certainly have. Now Latham, here's Yule. Young at the corner, yes.
Matty Young hit a 3, but they don't have an inside. I don't think they have any inside offences. I'm not sure why they just. Matty Young's hitting some good shots, but they just don't have an inside.
As Clark knocks down the 3.
Nice shot there from Noah Clark. 53, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Get up,
Harry Griffiths tries to give us the highlight of the day. Oh.
He's beyond with himself, but that was...
that was going to be huge if he had thrown it down.
He's dirty on himself.
He is.
Hasn't he come a long way?
He has.
Which is good to see.
McGuinness can't get it.
And just being a lefty, which I was, he's just got something about him, but he's got some hops.
Young for 3, can't get that to go.
And I know that Anthony Stewart was very impressed with the way that he come on this year.
Yes, he got a little bit of that cold hero kind of status as well too at NBL 1 South Level 2, Glenn, just with the crowd really amping him on and whatnot.
When Stewie gave him the minutes, he came in and, same as Felix Roby or whoever it was, but Harry came in, hit a 3 or hit a 2 or straight away.
Crowd's going bananas.
Which is what it's all about.
Oh, absolutely.
Big future. Whether he'll get to NBL level, I don't know, but he's not short either.
No.
He's quite a tall guard.
He's a tall.
He learns, he listens, and he takes on board all the positive or negative criticism that he gets. Sam Yule's just done the old head fake thing there.
Yep.
So, Sammy, I hope you watched that one on video. It should have been a foul, should have been a flop warning for you, although you didn't fall over.
So the game.
I love stirring the big thing.
You do. Griffiths to restart.
Here we go. Watch it. He'll do it again.
Here we go. No. And then Yule tries to kick this one out. Goes to Young.
I don't think he's had a shot yet, has he?
Young from area code range. Can't get that to go.
I don't think Sam Yule's had an outside shot yet. And, that's his main part of his game. He can
Yeah.
As you say, he can definitely shoot. I mean,
He certainly can. There's Peel for 3. Yes, Jordan Peel just finding the range here early.
He's hit a few threes, probably 3 threes in this game, maybe 3 or 4.
So Latham puts it to the floor, goes up, can't get that to go.
Well done there for James.
Yeah.
James is, he just does his best, gives his all. As that's a nice finish there.
Good work by Furphy.
So that was set up from Mitchell James down the other end. Yeah, he seems to be getting better every minute that he plays. I'm sort of been pretty impressed with him. And I think once Tassie start going inside, and he gets to, show us what his inside game's about, and as he develops a bit more, he's going to be a handy player.
Yeah, I definitely think so.
I think he'll be top age under 18 next year. So
yeah,
he's got height, and I do believe, my understanding that he's come a long way this year, and I know he's with Glenorchy Spartans or Glenorchy Revs, in juniors, and he was part of I think they won the local comp here with teammates of Phoenix Roby.
Yes.
So he's in a good club that'll develop where he'll be developed. It's just a matter of probably next year if he goes into that senior ranks. So starts getting some minutes in the twos.
Furphy for 3.
So Furphy hits that. So look out for James in a few years' time as he continues to develop his game. And back to 3 points.
Yeah, all of a sudden, 43-30 is our scoreline, and foul on the play. You could take your pick there, James or Peel, one or the other.
That was just hands in everywhere, so it could have...
So Mitchell James, no, I think it was on Mitchell James, yeah.
So he's done a pretty good job, Mitchell James, I must say. So, and it's all experience playing against older, players. Like, I'd just like to see Tassie get the ball inside to him and let him post up, and like even if he doesn't score, but the players can run off him and stuff. Like, get in the ball and see what it can create for the team.
Free throw goes down, margin back out to 5 here, 45-40. Yeah, Clark now. Here's McInnes. Now, ball with Furphy here at the 45. Furphy working his way through, needs a bit of help. Now Clark here for the 2.
Tough shot.
And can't get that to go. Then you're able to pick that one off, and Yule has Griffiths for the, so close on the alley-oop play. Yule Griffiths just acknowledging that one.
That was going to be a tough to pull that one off. But
unless you're Nallard Copeland.
Yes.
Yes.
No, he would have.
He would have caught that and threw it down.
Hit the backboard at the same time.
That's all right. He always says Andrew Gaze always throws a bad pass to him.
He makes him look good.
He does. Shout out to Gaze and Copeland. Griffiths. He's Latham here.
Teamwork. Nice pass.
And short on that one, but Firth with the rebound here as we're quickly back up the floor. Now Clark. Gibson. Peel puts it to the floor. Now McInnes, nice move. And then trying to look for Peel, who wasn't ready for that one.
No, that probably wasn't the best decision that McInnes has made, but he's, he hasn't made too many faults today, so I don't want to be too harsh on the young fella. But it's hard too. Once you leave the ground, he committed to that pass, so I know. And it's hard too when you're driving in the key. You're not the tallest. He was up, but
yeah.
And then all of a sudden the defence is in your way, so.
So play to restart. Griffiths. We're just waiting for a dunk now, Glenn. I think that's what we're looking for here.
There will be one soon, I'm sure. I don't know. I'd say it'd be Griffiths at this stage who will do it.
So Savage thought about it, and then quick foul here on the play. Going to be on Latham.
There's a push in the back, I'd say. I wasn't looking to see what exactly that was, but good screen. You've got to keep moving. There's not.
As McInnes goes for 3, did a lap of honour and went out.
Unlucky.
Bestwick here now, back on the floor.
Now they've got to help here.
and hold on the play.
And that's a rough call. Like, I don't know if he did too much wrong, but it was a good foul. Either way, it was a good foul because, you know, he stopped Matty Young getting 2 points there. But the team's got to help out. When you've got a young fella like McGuinness, who's not that tall, on Matty Young, giving his all, his teammates have got to help him and double team, like, you know. It's a good play from Young to get open, to, you know, to get that mismatch. But
So Bestwick now knew it. So Bestwick pulls up here for the J. Can't get that to go.
Ooh.
And then Bestwick again. He can't get that to go. Third time. And he was out of court first. And then came back in.
So my point still stands from the first half when young Dolliver come in and did what he did and then was taken out. He still hasn't.
No, he hasn't returned back yet.
And the players that have replaced him, like they really, they didn't ignite the Grenadiers like he did, like, you know.
Yeah.
So it's a bit hard from him to understand maybe why he's not. Well, that should have been a dunk. He should have dunked that one.
I think Griffiths knew it as well too. The look on the face from Harry Griffiths.
I mean, if I could dunk, I'd be dunking every time.
Of course.
Trying. I'll be reversing.
9 points is our margin. 49-40 here. 3:43 remaining in the third quarter.
And just skips, like, you know, Tassie, they really do. They get so close and then it just turns around so quick for them, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Like, they get back, what was it, 3, 5?
Yeah,
maybe?
We got to 5.
And then another quick couple of baskets and they'll work
Oh,
hard
no, sorry,
again
3,
now.
Glenn. 3. Yeah.
Then they'll work hard again now after this time out. And hopefully they'll get back to 2 or 3 or whatever. And then Grenadiers or, you know, the opposition seem to put the burners back on. And so they've just got to be able to maintain, you know, or just consistent. Stay consistent and, you know, but, you know, they don't have their full squad. They've obviously got Brewer out here and they don't have a number of other players throughout the state who might not have been able to play this weekend. And I think, like, you know, I'm not being too hard on the players that are playing. They've done a great job. Like, you know, as I said, that first game didn't deserve to be a 20-point loss because they did lots of good things. They really did. And, like, they're still in this game as well. And there's a lot of talent. There's definitely a lot of talent within this Tasmanian team, and they've just got to, you know, once they gel, I think it'll be right. I'd be pretty happy where things are at the moment. They've got guards that can score. They've got guards that can pass, and, you know, I just don't think they go inside enough. But, you know, they don't have too many bigs here this weekend either.
No.
I'd just like to see when James is on the court trying to get it into him, and even Murphy comes, you know, runs off him or works off him, and or they get inside and run a 2-man game. And
Well, it'll be interesting to see what they do, Glenn,
especially when they come, like next year they go to Nationals.
Yep.
And the opposition is so tall, so they've got to really have an inside game just to be able to compete.
Kai Savage gets his shot rejected by Bestwick.
With the other states. As Young, he was looking for a free, but
He goes down to Griffiths here low and then kick out past to Latham. Now Latham into... He slips Young there. Young puts it up and gets that to go. Matty Young will go to line for 1. Substitution. Fletcher Rose is coming in. Finn McGuinness is going to come in.
I didn't see who got that foul then. I knew someone fouled. I didn't see which one it was. It's really hard. Matty Young driving to the basket again.
Yes.
Does well. Finishes, scores, like, you know. It's not that often that, as we say, he doesn't take it in that much. But when he does, he seems to come up with the goods.
And a quick foul on the play. It's going to be on Harry Griffiths.
And Matty Young missed it. I think he's missed a couple of foul shots. It's unusual for him. Like,
it
he's
is.
Normally a very reliable 3-throw shooter.
He is. So, it's a little bit off in this game.
He's done a lot of good things in here. You know, I don't know. That's a funny looking D. What's that? Youngie wants a dunk. I think he's playing it back here in the fast break. He's off.
So Clark here for 3. Good pass by McGuinness to find the open Clark there for 3.
Good work, good teamwork there.
As Newitt comes down the floor. Now with Rose.
And again, I'd be getting it into Matty Young.
So Rose,
Good
nice
teamwork.
pass into Griffiths.
Beautiful pass. Yeah, that's what I mean. When Grenadiers penetrate, they get good baskets. They get good looks.
So Clark with it here. Now Gibson. Here's Peel. He's had a solid game so far.
Oh,
And now Clark, who nearly
nice
travelled.
Nice left.
And then
Good finish.
puts up the shot
Oh,
and
he's
gets
hurt
it to
himself.
go. And oh, yeah, doesn't look good. And Coach Nick Martin will quickly get Mitchell James into the game if he can. Now rebound by Clark.
If it's cramp, you hope it's not anything else.
I'd
because
hope
if
it's
it's something
not.
else, you don't want to.
Peel for 3. Can't get that to go.
Yeah, he's not looking good.
No,
now.
it's not. No, they need to get him off quick, smart.
Let's hope that, like, you know, especially so close to the end of the year, you just don't want
That's right.
an
Yeah.
injury as such for a young up-and-comer who's going to have a few months off.
Ooh, nice pass by Young, and then Clark able to pull that one off, and now McGuinness
Nice.
has got Peel in support and gets the 2 to go.
Where's your left hand, Mr. Peel?
He went up with his right for some reason.
Well, where's your dunk? Can he dunk?
He can dunk.
Well,
I've got a
should let him
story.
dunk.
I've got a story for the next stoppage of play. Actually, in about 40 seconds, I'll tell you that story. Rose
Oh,
puts
travel.
a spin
Ooh,
move
ooh.
and then goes seconds. Can't get that to go. And now McGuinness. And now he's Clark.
Back
So
again now. That's what I'm saying. They get back. So they've got to help him out here.
yep.
Just all
Clark.
stand around.
McGuinness for
That looks
3.
good. Beautiful
Yes.
shot. Hey, mate, I wish he'd shoot the ball a bit more, the young fella. He's got a great little shot on him, and he hits it at the right time. He's cramping as well.
Yep.
I think he hurt himself. McGuinness might have hurt himself the last play
It's
when he
certainly
got a foul, because I remember he ran off.
It's
so.
a warm nutrition as Griffiths puts it up, gets the foul,
Oh.
and after all the hard work the BTAS high performance did to get it back within 2, it's now gone back out to 4, thanks to that basket by Harry Griffiths.
And he's not convinced at all that he touched Harry Griffiths then, because he got an arms foul, but he was behind him. But, you know, it's easy for us to say it in the stands.
And Griffiths can't get the play, saves, tries the miraculous Tradi trick shot on the 3/4 time buzzer. 54-50 is our scoreline. The quick story I have on Jordan Peel was during the week, Glenn, we were at a school holiday clinic. Of course, many school holiday clinics were happening. And of course, funny enough, I had my trusty old camera with me. And we come to a quick break, and Peely grabs this size 5 ball, these molten McDonald's balls. So we have, of course, McDonald's proud sponsors of the Basketball Tasmania school Macca's on your camp clinics. And he said, "Oh, Ronnie, get a photo of this." So we ended up getting a nice photo of him dunking. Now,
On an 8-foot ring.
it was down at EC, and
Good job. Well, he should have knocked that size 5 ball.
so here we go. Hang on, where is it? There we go.
Size 5. Oh, good work. Oh,
There's the zoom
he's
in
not
for
far
it.
away, that is he?
No,
Oh, it's good.
no, certainly not.
He
So
could
there
have
you go.
at least used his left hand until he can dunk then.
Yes. That's right. So, as I said, BTAS done all that hard work to get back within 2, and then they just let themselves out on that last play there. Savage just, he just it was McGuinness that gambled on the play, and then Griffiths, smart backdoor it, and then get that and one play.
And the foul, referees, I don't think there was any drama with it, but, you could just tell by the look sometimes from a player when they don't have any contact. You can just tell, but, you don't know. He could have hit him in the side of the face as far as from where we were standing. Like, he's gone through, could have got him, so I don't know, but it's just, but even they're down by 3 now, so it's been an error, but that's good. So Tassie, again, the high performance have made the effort, done everything right to get back into the game. They've just got to make sure that they don't then get blown out again, because they've used all their energy and effort to get back to this point, which happened in the first game, and then this game probably 3 times now. They use all their energy and then they get blown out, or the opposition gets another quick 10 points. So And we now have the man that I've talked about in the first half back in Jack Dolliver, who had a sensational probably 4 minutes on court and really got Grenadiers' spark going and dominated whilst he was on.
He's young for 3, can't get that to go. And then good work by James to get that rebound, and then a quick foul on the play. Looks like that's on Newitt or was it Rose there?
Could have been.
Could have been. I didn't really... Angle just couldn't pick up the signal there from referee Ash Firstons, who's on the game with Joe Woolcock. There's Mitchell James here on the elbow. Nice pass in the Furphy. Furphy goes for seconds and drew the foul. And that should be assessed on... Yes, that's going to be on Fletcher Rose. So Furphy at the line here for 2. Grenadiers holding on to a 3-point lead, 53-50.
I like Tassie when they go inside. They just don't seem to go inside enough. But as I say, that's probably just the manpower that Nick Martin's got at the moment. They're not like Furphy's not overly tall either. James is probably the tallest, and he's the one, like, he plays out. He's the one that sets the screens and sort of sets everyone else up. So, and he's got.
Gibson knocks it down from downtown.
Good shot from Gibson there. So they've taken the lead for the first time in the game. So
yes, 54-53. So Rose puts it to the floor, goes up, can't get the 2 to go. That works hard, but James is there with him. Of course, they both played against each other in the under-18 competition this year.
Well, it's good to see, the young fellas going at each other, playing hard. It's great when you see them take it inside at each other.
Yeah.
It really is. They're obviously mates off court, but, once you hit the court, you're enemies until the final whistle. So
that's right.
And that's where I think with James, I'd like to see James. He does all the hard work for the team, but at this stage, nice
Clark knocks it down.
I just think the 3 bigs here at the moment, it's a really good screens.
And timeout has been called here, Glenn, after Xavier Clark 3, 57-53.
And it's good. It's a 4-point lead to the Tassie High Performance. So bit of a swing around, and and we talked about at 3/4 time, that the Tassie High Performance team works so hard to get back in the game. Did they use too much energy up? No, they didn't, because they're young. But but as today's gone, they've been behind the 8 ball, except for the start of this game, and they catch up. Then the other team goes forward. So this time, hopefully they can really stick it out in this last quarter and keep it close. And against a very experienced Grenadiers team that the second best team in Hobart in the Hobart Southern Basketball League this year.
Yes, they certainly were. And yes, there was a Glenorchy Grenadiers senior grand final down here, and it was a Glenorchy Grenadiers in the junior grand final as well too, Glenn, in the under-18s, which we covered both games on our West Coast Ball Connection YouTube channel, if you'd like to have a bit of a look.
And Glenorchy come out on top on both games. Yeah. So they won the under-18s and obviously the Div 1, but I think they got the Grenadiers quite comfortably at the end, I think, in the under-18s.
Yes.
About 20 or 18, 20 points
It took till the last quarter, though, for that game to blow out, though. That was for sure. So Yule for 3. Ooh, and that did a lap of honour and went out. And Clark here with it. Now Furphy. Here's Gibson. Now James, who's getting heavily pressured there by Young, but then Clark decides to try his luck again and can't get that to go. So Yule quickly up the floor here to his brother in Josh Yule. Youngie down low. cross court into Dolliver, who's back into the game, Glenn.
It's good. Loving his work.
And gets the 2 to go.
Play. I just don't understand why he hasn't played more than 4.5 minutes, but
Okay.
anyway, that's life. And it'll be good for the coach team to have a look and work out, just how well a young kid is when he gets an opportunity, and not just Jack Dolliver, but other young people, other players as well.
So Yule to Dolliver, and Dolliver goes up and gets the finish there on the 2.
Absolutely destroyed him, hasn't he?
He has. We're tied at 57. Yeah.
A nice play there from Josh Yule to get it over to Jack.
So Yule into Young for the 3. And
good half. Well
good
done.
work by Peel and Dolliver.
And Dolliver, I think that Dolliver playing football as well, like you can see.
Yeah.
Like he plays hard. Like I know, I don't want to dote on him too much because, he's just he's a young kid that's got heart. But you can see the football. I was talking earlier in the other game. Football, being a basketballer makes you a great footballer, but being a footballer makes you tough and hard, and he really does. Play bigger than his height or stature. If that makes sense.
Yep. No,
it's like Harry Griffiths as well. I think Harry's great, and he's got the he's been given the opportunity.
As Clark gets the layup.
Finish from Clark. And if there's any other young bloke that comes out in the next game and gets 10 points in a row or something like that, I'll say the same thing. I said, coaches, give them a crack. They're obviously, they're doing the work away from the court to get themselves better. So run them, especially in these type of tournaments.
Young for 3, can't get that to go. Furphy with the rebound. Now McGuinness onto Peel. Peel with the athleticism there. Goes Euro over Latham, and then Furphy can't get the tip to go. And now Yule with it as he slows this one down. Gets off to his brother Sam. And now foul off the ball.
And that's a good defensive play there. A foul's a foul, but he really... It was a mismatch. So, is it Noah Clark? Noah.
Xavier.
Noah. 53? Noah.
No.
So Noah Clark. So that was
sorry.
a good... That was
back
a good
on the floor.
Play for him. The fact that he fouled Matthew Young, but he fouled him because Furphy wasn't able to get to him, and it would have been a quick 2 points if they'd got it into Young. So we've got Grenadiers up again now, though, haven't we? Is that correct?
Next game?
No, Grenadiers up by 2 now.
Oh, yes, sorry. Yes, Glenn, yes.
Yeah. And we've got a 24-second. How come they now can take the 20-second clock down, but the clock doesn't move?
I swear some referees have got that touch and some don't with this scoreboard equipment. That is for sure. Meanwhile, Furphy puts up the 2 and gets it to go. I don't know, Glenn, don't know. It's been a long day. We've been here since 9 o'clock.
And they have had obviously some issues with it, so...
Yes.
But...
Yes, it's been a long day. iPad issues to scoreboard issues. Dolliver down low, splits for a couple, over Furphy,
it keeps
and
going.
good work.
Bad luck, but that's a good play inside there. I think Yule might have got it too.
So McGuinness from deep, short on that one. Dolliver with the rebound.
Griffiths would go one-on-one. That's a good play.
Yeah, Griffiths over Furphy, who drew the foul, and Griffiths will go to the line for 2.
Now we want to make sure that's really good to see Harry Griffiths remain aggressive as well. He can rack up the points. We just, you want to see him being aggressive. It's great, That's what I say about all the young Tassie boys. It's great to see him being aggressive at the offensive end, and and for the bigs to set big screens and stuff. It's really good for the future of Tassie to say, look, when we do go to Nationals, we're going to have a full-on hard crack at every other state. Good boards again, and it's basics. It's just the fact that this team's probably the first tournament they've come together because they've been playing COVID and then they've been playing all different leagues all year. So it's probably the first time they've been together in games, I'd say, for this year. Would that be correct?
As Clark knocks it down.
Well, this will be the first,
and foul off the ball here.
That's not a very good call at all.
And that's on Clark.
Just let it go. That's just soft. Like, come on. That wasn't the hardest foul in the world. Like, I know he bumped him, but the one who, what do you call it? The one that remonstrates is the one that gets done. Like, you know, there was contact there. But
usually retaliator.
The retaliator, that's it.
Yep. As Yule puts it to the floor, Yule gets into a spot above it, goes up, can't get the rebound. And now Furphy with it. So Furphy out to McInnes.
All I was trying to say was then say, hey mate, pull your head in, or like, you know, you don't want to get a foul for that.
Yeah, no.
It's not that hard of contact.
And offensive foul's been called. It's going to be assessed on Jacob Furphy for using kind of the arm.
I think his arm did come out there.
So swung around a bit. And substitution. And Mitchell James is coming in. Jacob Furphy will have that breather. So ball with Dolliver, puts it to the floor. Good defence by McInnes. Now Yule steps through, drew the foul, and will go to the line for 2. So Jack Dolliver comes off, Jordan Latham in. Josh Yule at the line here for 2. Yes, Tassie boys are in that huddle there. This is the first. And knocks down the second.
So Tassie's up, is that right? Tassie must be up.
Yep, Tassie must still be up by 4 at the moment. 63-59 is our scoreline here. Savage puts it to the floor, pulls up mid-range, gets his own board, goes himself, and gets another 2. Margin out to 7. Oh, sorry, 6, sorry.
I think when I asked you before, I said 59-57. Grenadiers,
apologies if we said
no, that's
Grenadiers.
Right. I was trying to work it out.
Yep.
I must have.
We just lost.
And Matty Young again goes inside, scores. You know, hard. No one can really stop someone of that size. They go hard. Well done.
Nice work to Mitchell James, who finishes.
And that's a great finish by Mitchell James. It's the first time that I've actually gone to him. So I'd be going to him a little bit more and getting his confidence up. Stay tough, D. Good D. Help him.
And then Young down low.
That's just where he needs some help. If he's taking him into Dragon, if he's playing Matty Young into the middle, he needs some help to come across in front of him.
He does. Because at the moment, you'd say Young just has that extra kind of step in, and James is just still developing that athleticism. So
and once you take someone into the middle, it's like taking someone to the base. If I'm going to take him to the base, I want someone. I'm either going to put my foot outside the base or have someone to cut it so then you can double team. So if he's taking him in, you just need that other body there to help out. But a good hustle there from both teams. Good hustle there from James and Clark, and also from Samuel. So that's good to see a Tassie big, like a young fella jump on the ball like he's the tallest on the court for Tassie, and he was straight on the floor when Samuel had it. So that was that's the sort of spirit that you want to see.
Absolutely, no. It's been good. We've seen some good hustle throughout the day here. That is for sure. Here's Savage with it.
And that's where he's got to help him out.
Yep.
Get inside now. Good screens.
Clark. And now getting a little bit stuck. He's Peel with it. Now Savage for 3. Not there. So you'll just slowing this one down, and Savage able to read it, and now Savage here for the layup. And another timeout called by Jeremy Hill. Margin out to 7, 69-62.
So they are, it's good to see that the Tassie guys, as I say, I really don't know how many games I've played together, but you can just see them gelling better and better, especially in this game. And, most of this game, they were behind. It was just, but once they got back, they actually were able to stay with it, which was good. First game, I've talked about it a few times today, they've run out of, they bust their backside to catch up, they'd catch back up, and then they'd let the opposition get another run of 3 or 4 baskets, whereas now they've maintained, they've got the lead, or they caught up, then they got a lead and they've been able to maintain it. And this is where it's going to be really good for all of these kids or youngsters when they go to nationals, because 7 points is not much in a game of basketball, as you know. They can turn 30 seconds. You can lose a game with 30 seconds to go, be up by 7. I've seen it happen.
Oh yeah,
I've seen it more than that, but but at least now they've put themselves in a position where they are 7 up rather than always being behind and trying to catch up. And it's through teamwork. It's through as I say, the ball's on the ground. They jump on the ball. Their guards have been good. The big fella Mitchell James and Furphy have done a really good job. I know James probably hasn't been the scorer. He's only had the one shot, but he's done a pretty good job on Matty Young, who's the captain of an NBL1 team.
Yes.
Young Siebel. He's only got 16, 17 years of age.
And Griffiths makes the basket there and got fouled in the process by Clark, so he'll go to line for 1.
They don't call travel these days.
No. Michael Lay wanting to travel down here.
Got a spectator down the crowd called travel, but I didn't think that one was travel. I've seen worse. That's
right. As Harry Griffiths makes the 3. We're very relaxed on that spin move travel.
Oh, yeah. And this is here where we are now. They've got to get through this press breaker. They've got to get it over. They've got to throw it over. Go, head up. And this is where they should, Nick Martin, he'd be a bit upset by that because, I know he's got plays that just, that he runs at nationals and stuff. That press breaker is a pretty simple thing that he's normally has down pat. So
yes,
he'd probably, he'd just talk to the troops then and say, "Come and help."
And Griffiths again with another basket.
This is where, as we say, pressure-wise, got to have someone in the middle. They've got to get it over,
and they do.
They've just got to have a structure. I'm sure as time goes, and you develop your state teams again. That you run your press breakers and stuff like that. So it's not a biggie now.
So Peel, now Clark here, shot clock at 3. They need to get the shot off now. McGuinness has to throw up a prayer and can't. So play continues on. Ball didn't go out of play, so we'll continue on here. On a minute remaining, 2 points is the margin for the high performance team as they have this slender lead. Grenadiers looking to tie or take the lead.
And this is where experience counts,
So you're off glass, can't get it to go, and as you're right, Glenn, experience will come into play here.
And, whatever happens, the Tasmanian high performance team are going to benefit from being in a situation
That's
like
right.
this. And I think this is a good sub that he's bringing Furphy in.
And
he's going to lead the 4 guards on the court. I think he is, or someone's injured.
Clark. Oh no, McGuinness is looks like he's cramping up again.
He's done the poor kid.
Yeah.
About halfway through that second quarter, I think it's
cramp, I reckon.
But he's had a pretty good day. I still think he could shoot the ball a bit more because he's got a pretty damn good shot on him.
Clark got a hit and a travel.
I hope he's okay.
And all the players are still moving on from that. No one's complaining, so they're just
big screen. Latham is a pretty solid unit.
Yeah,
Latham, so there was no intent or malice in that contact there.
So Grenadiers with a chance to tie it or take the lead here as Young goes all the way and gets to 2 to go. We're tied at 69 apiece, and timeout is called And I reckon maybe the high-performance team will look to advance this. Tied at 69, 16.7 remaining.
Hill wanted a violation on the baseline then, except Joe Wilcox said that the Tassie high-performance team had called a timeout.
Yes.
I just thought that he actually wasn't over the line. He just he wasn't in a position to be called for that because he hadn't put both his feet past the line, if that makes sense. So, but this is it's a good situation for Tasmania to be in, to gain the experience of what to do in these close games, and I'm sure Nick Martin will, run whatever play it is. Does he take it in the backcourt?
Well, that's
how many fouls do they have? Is that 7 or none?
Hang on.
Is it 17 fouls for Grenadiers?
I'm looking at
3 or 5. They're that side, aren't they?
Grenadiers are the dark.
So that's 5.
5.
So, I'd probably take it. I'd take it in the backcourt because that way, if I don't know if it's overtime or what. I guess there is.
Yes, there is overtime in State League, Glenn.
Yeah. 14 seconds will still let. 14 seconds shot clock will still leave 2.7 seconds on the clock after a shot, and we know that they're not going to wait till the last second to shoot it because they want to get a good shot. So that'll give Grenadiers time. Whereas if they took it in the backcourt, then they'd have 24, and they'd be able to hold the ball.
Yep.
So if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, but the high performance team has decided to take it in their front court.
Which I hope is and I'm sure that there'll be a good play put in place. They've just got to not fall to this pressure.
Savage. Heavily guarded by Yule. Savage able to regain. Now Clark for 3 is long. Savage with the O board. Savage puts it up off glass. Gets the 2 to go. And timeout called with 2.9 remaining. Savage with the go-ahead bucket. And Grenadiers will have a chance to win it or take it into overtime.
And as I said, there's still plenty of time now for Grenadiers to get a good shot. They've only got to get a 2-pointer. And that was good hustle there from Savage. It's a missed shot opportunity. They didn't just drop the head because it missed. He followed his mate's rebound and in it went. And he's got to make sure that they don't foul anyone on the 3-point line.
Yeah.
If the worst case, just don't foul. Hands up. Don't put yourself in a position where Matty Young's one. He can get a 3. He can get a 2-point and get that foul, and then he's at the line. So they just don't want to foul under any circumstance, but especially not a 3-pointer. And solid defence. I'm sure that Grenadiers will have a play that they run, and it'll probably be. I don't know, it could be for anybody really. I'd say it'd be Matty Young. Don't know.
Well,
Harry
Griffiths, I reckon.
Or Sam Ewell for a backdoor.
Yeah.
Once he passes, he gets a screen. I don't know, but I'd say Matt Young would be the obvious for me. There's a mismatch there from about a foot.
Let's see what happens in Glenn.
Screen and it'll go straight inside to Matty
So
Young.
Young inside, can't get the 2 to go. Peel able to knock that one out. And BTAS High Performance escape with the win here by 2. It was a good heads-up play, and Young just couldn't finish it there, unfortunately. But 71 to 69 is our final score, Glenn.
A well-deserved win, and Matty Young, that was unlucky that he missed it. You'd normally give him 9 out of 10 for hitting those shots, but it wasn't to be. But that was a good play. Obviously, they utilised the mixed match, but I thought Tassie's spirit in that game was really good. There was a couple of highlights. I thought, the guards were all really good for Tassie. I liked Mitch James and Furphy when they got the ball. I like James, the fact that he set some big screens for everybody and he's boxing out and he's good. Furphy had a good game. He doesn't overdo it. No one really overdoes it. They don't have a go-to player as such. They take whatever opportunities come. It's not like here we've got a 30-point. We've got a say, a Rain Smith or a Taron Armstrong, or
Yeah.
where they usually throw their 25 a game. It's all spread out really evenly amongst this high performance squad, which is only going to make them all better. And I'm sure when they go to nationals, there might be someone who's a dedicated scorer or a dedicated rebounder, whatever it is. But in this instance, that was a really good team effort for Grenadiers. I thought Harry Griffiths did some good things. I thought, as I said, Jack Dolliver, when he was on the court, really lit it up. Like, got a dozen points or 11 or 12 points in 10 minutes. So if he'd got more minutes, well, maybe he could have doubled that. I don't know. But Matty Young was pretty strong. But offensively, a lot of the other guys were sort of pretty quiet. So I think it was Griffiths and Yules really didn't have that many shots either, did they?
No.
So it was Dolliver, Griffiths and Matty Young that probably the only three that would have hit double figures. But yeah, I just thought that was good, just the composure that the Tassie side had there. The fact that it was a 2-point game, but they were able to have that pressure on them, come through it. When the score was even with 16 seconds to go, get a shot off a missed shot, and I think it was Savage that was able to get that drive in, and it was just a good positive game. And I think Coach Nick Martin, from the first game to the second, be pretty happy with some of the improvements that he saw from his team as a whole. But it's only early days, it's the end of the season, so they're building up for next year. And and not sure if a couple of Eli, is that his name?
Yep.
Does he normally play for the Tassie?
No, he's graduated. So he graduated.
Cool.
So
yep. I just didn't know if I was still missing one or two, but
no.
I'm sure they probably are that aren't here. I don't know, but only having 8 or 9 players, they'll have another couple here. But anyway, good win and entertaining game, and the crowd certainly enjoyed it.
Yes, they certainly did. A Kai Savage go-ahead bucket was the game winner here at the Kingborough Sports Centre to put them up by 2, and then Matty Young had a chance to win it, but unfortunately couldn't get that shot to go in. So 71-69 is our final scoreline. That's game number 5 done. Game number 6 coming to you next. And on behalf of Glenn Fairfield and I'm Roll Riggs. It's been a long day, Glenn. It's a long day. Right, we'll see you in the next game.